Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 2012, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. Which song's first verse begins with the line, "So you think you've lost your love? Well, I saw her yesterday." She loves you. Which part of the human body is affected by leukemia? Blood and bone marrow. What did the ancient Greek word hippodrome originally mean? A racecourse for horses. Which actor, who rose to fame on Saturday Night Live, later starred as the title character in the 2001 cult comedy film Joe Dirt? David Spade. Which playwright, known for his poignant exploration of human emotions, wrote the classic play The Three Sisters? Anton Chekhov. What is the term for a veto that lets an executive reject specific provisions of a bill while approving the rest? Line item veto. Which flower is a symbol of remembrance? Forget-me-not. Which company, known for its iconic logo and payment solutions, completed the slogan, "There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's Score"? MasterCard. Which British travel company, founded in the 19th century, is often credited with creating the package holiday? Thomas Cook. Which sport features dunking, scoring by jumping and putting the ball through the rim from above, and is the subject of a popular video game series? Basketball. Which 1994 film, known for its nonlinear storytelling, features hitmen, a boxer, and a mysterious briefcase? Pulp Fiction. Who served as U.S. Secretary of Defense under Presidents John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson during the Vietnam War? Robert McNamara. Which actor portrayed the titular character in the 1992 film Batman Returns? Michael Keaton. Which prominent South African political leader spent 27 years in prison for opposing apartheid? Nelson Mandela. Fuggles and Goldings are varieties of which plant used to flavor beer? Hops. Which artist painted both The Adoration of the Magi and The Last Supper? Leonardo da Vinci. Which 1960s television chef was nicknamed the Galloping Gourmet? Graham Kerr. Unlike most fish, what are the skeletons of sharks, skates, and rays made of? Cartilage. They lack true bony skeletons. Which of the world's 12 largest islands lies directly between Borneo and New Guinea? Answer: Sulawesi, formerly called Celebes. What device is commonly used to control severe bleeding by constricting blood flow to an injured limb? Tourniquet. Which composer wrote the oratorios The Kingdom and The Dream of Gerontius? Edward Elgar. Which coal mining method, often criticized by environmentalists for dramatically altering landscapes and ecosystems, removes the overburden to expose and extract near-surface coal seams. And strip mining. Which 2001 comedy satirizes the fashion industry and follows a dim-witted male model searching for meaning? Zoolander. In which Canadian province are the cities Kimberley and Vancouver located? British Columbia. What is the name of the day that occurs every 4 years on January 20th, marking the formal commencement of a new presidential term in the United States? Inauguration Day. At which Kent castle did Anne Boleyn grow up? Hever Castle. On which Hawaiian island is the Captain Cook area, a region known for growing coffee? The island of Hawaii, the Big Island. Which light submachine gun was invented by R.V. Shepard and H.J. Turpin? Sten submachine gun. Which author, best known for the memoir Angela's Ashes about growing up in poverty in Limerick, Ireland, won the 1997 Pulitzer Prize for biography or autobiography? Frank McCourt. What fishing method involves towing a large net through the water behind one or more boats? Trawling. Which 1960s band, who starred in their own television series, sang about people giving funny looks as they walked down the street? The Monkees. Who defeated Betty Stove to win the women's singles title at Wimbledon in Echo CDC? Virginia Wade. Who sang the 1984 hit Girls Just Want to Have Fun? Cyndi Lauper. In what language was the Quran written? Arabic. Which European capital was home to the renowned painter Gustav Klimt, known for his distinctive style and use of gold leaf? Answer: Vienna. Which notorious outlaw, born Henry McCarty, became infamous in the American West during the late 19th century? Billy the Kid. Pancho was the faithful sidekick of which famous Western character? The Cisco Kid. Robert Bob Diamond served as chief executive of which British bank? Barclays. Which English playwright and poet, known for helping develop blank verse, wrote the poem that begins, "Come live with me and be my love"? Christopher Marlowe. Which 1960 film tells the story of an office worker who lends his apartment to company executives for extramarital trysts, only to become romantically entangled himself? The Apartment. In rugby union, how many players are there on the field for each team during a match? 15. Which prehistoric monument in Wiltshire, England, is famous for its massive stone circle and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Stonehenge. Which science fiction novel by H.G. Wells, published in 1898, depicts a Martian invasion of Earth? The War of the Worlds. Which cartoon characters were created by Belgian cartoonist Pierre Culliford? The Smurfs. For which 1981 film did British actor John Gielgud win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor? Arthur. Which metal is extracted from the ore bauxite? Aluminium. What does the Latin phrase amor caecus est mean in English? Love is blind. Which band had the 1974 hit The Night Chicago Died, a song that recounts a fictional 1920s event in Chicago? Paper Lace. In what year was Julius Caesar assassinated, marking a pivotal moment in Roman history? 44 BC. What term describes the financial instruments that the TARP program aimed to purchase in order to stabilize the economy during the 2008 financial crisis? Troubled assets. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.